Hey, okay, so basically, I'm gonna do a back to back with this whole tutoring thing. So, for a quick context debrief, whatever it's called, um, I'm basically tutoring four more students. Three of them are my cousins, and one of them is my younger brother. So, in Python. So, how did that go? Essentially, it kind like it was as expected. I got certain aspects right, and then there's other aspects I think I underestimated them. So in the underestimation part, um, I underestimated how motivated they were. Right, I thought they're gonna be much less motivated. I thought it was gonna be me more so trying to like engage them much more. But they're really motivated to do it. Like some of them even got there before I did, and they were saying that the whole time. One of the students was told told his sister to get off a YouTube video so they could focus in the class, like before the class even started. So that was really nice to see their motivation. Now, I'm just gonna skip like the whole thing because I think it's more important to like what my reflection. Um, Before I get to my reflection, sorry, I really do like their motivation because even in the end they were trying to figure out how they can do certain stuff by themselves. So, for example, one of the students was like, okay, let me I introduce them to W3 schools. And if you're a programmer trying to learn something in programming, I definitely recommend it. It's very introductory based, and even when you're doing more advanced stuff, it gives you the basics, which help a lot. So I introduced them to W3 schools, and one of them was very eager to like figure out how it works and like start using Python. So what they said they're going to do is like 30 minutes before every class, they'll just do like some practice by themselves. But yeah, another student was interested about the Arduino. I forgot the name. Basically, the circuit playground, the thing I use for my wearable technology, and they're really interested in how the technology works. They want to create their own wearable technology, so they're trying to figure out how they can buy it. But yeah, I didn't introduce a reward system, a point system yet. I said I was going to introduce them. That I said I was going to introduce one, and that excited them a bit. But it went really well. I'm very happy. I think I underestimated how cool my projects were because I thought the AI one was gonna be like a real grabber for them, but like they didn't seem to connect with that one as much as I hoped. But they really connected with the game one, and then yeah, they really just connected with the game one. So whether it was like a visual game or like the text telltale game, they preferred those ones, and I'm just more interested in that, which makes more sense because you have more user input for that. So I think that's just a trend with them in general. They're much more hands-on. Like they want to do a thing instead of just hearing how to do it. Or like I'll even say visualize. I think they just want to like code themselves, right? They're very eager to code. So I'm really happy I'm using Replit. So the way Replit works is that there's this feature where you can invite collaborators for the code you're working on. So I have the main chunk of code of the main screen on the TV, and then we all just code there. I give them like, oh, okay, I we learned variables today, and we learned the different data types. So I gave them some practices. And I said, okay, everyone copy and paste your code here. We'll try it and we'll see how it works. And it's really interesting. That was something I did for the first time today, where it was like, since I guess I have multiple people and it's a small group, basically instead of like going code checking each person's code, I just say everyone put your code into a thing, and then we'll see whose works. And then I teach them how to move the syntax there, so it doesn't like give them error when it's doing the code. But yeah, and even that, another thing I really liked was how that them being like already knowing each other and being family, that definitely did help a lot. Because while I think coding is really fun, I do think either me and coding, or me or coding, can get very mundane sometimes. So it was very nice to have them liven up the class a bit. While it did cause a bit of distraction, it was much less than I expected. So that was really fun to see. But yeah, for future stuff, we stopped at the data types. I'm going to teach them about how to do user input because they're very eager to just try and get hands on everything. So I'm probably going to introduce them to classes, user inputs. Yeah, so classes and user inputs are probably going to be what the two main stuff I focus on. And then at least some of them are interested in how to use dictionaries and lists and tuples, stuff like that. Last thing though, what I want to do, because I have the pre-made slide, so well, that was really awesome. It structured the class a lot, which I think it structured it provided a lot of structure to the class, which helped a lot. So I think like get lost at one point, and each person's question actually helped move on to the next slide, which was amazing. But since I already know who they are, and what is it? I have a history with them. I know the stuff they like. So one thing they have in common is they all really like One Piece. So when I was teaching them about variables and the whole assignment thing, I had like a box. I said, okay, so this box is the Pirate King, right? It's a variable. Now we can change the value. So I put like a character and say, the Pirate King is Luffy. The Pirate King is Goldie Roger. The Pirate King is Zoro. If you don't know what One Piece is, it's probably confusing. But I used that example, and they were able to connect with it much. It helped them connect with it. So what I want to do is I want to tweak the slides to be more One Piece focused, and it's like tailored to more of their interest, right? Because that's something I learned with but something I really honed in on from my first tutoring, my first private tutoring person. Is really just getting their interest. So what he likes is Sonic and Mario. Like, he likes more Nintendo games. So I really hone in on that when I'm doing like the variables. Cause I feel like you can really name a variable whatever you want to name it, right? As long as it has no spaces and use like underscores and whatnot, you can name it what you want. So I always, like, anytime I create a variable, for example, I always try to make it something they're interested in. So for more of the practice stuff, I'm going to try using more One Piece practice stuff and see how they engage with that. But that's pretty much it. I feel like that was a lot of rambling on my part, but I think, gosh, I keep on saying I think. It was just a very fun class in general. I'm very excited. They're very eager to learn, so I'm scared because now they're going to be learning outside of the class, and then that's going to mean I have to keep on improving. But that's really what the whole point of this was, because I don't think this class is going to go on till May, right? At least I hope so. So I can't teach them everything in Python. I can give them a strong foundation, the basics, and then they're going to work on the final project, right, that I help them with. But really what I want them to have is essentially the mindset of a programmer. That's the most important, and basically the tools to go pursue this on their own. So they already have those stuff like W3 schools right now. So like, let's say I just stopped doing the class right now. Having W3 schools, they could learn a large portion of this by themselves, which I think is really amazing. So that's what I'm really excited about. I'm giving them the foundation and the mindset of a programmer. So I want to actually, going back to the next class, I kind of want to shift how to think like a programmer. So I don't eat the whole elephant at once, stuff like that. Basically the mentality. I kind of did that today. The aspect I honed in on though was more of the simplicity aspect, because they're basically like, because they think it's programming, right? It's like complex zeros and ones, binary, whatnot. But I was trying to tell them, like, sometimes the answer is really as simple as it looks, and just like to look at it as it is, and then use logic, right? Don't make it anything too crazy. So use the flow of logic. And then my last thing, this is going on for too long, but my last thing is the most important thing to. I forgot the quote. Yeah, the only thing you need to know is how to find out what you don't know. That was one of my most important advices today. I'm going to hone on that in the next class as well, because I think really that's the most important part of programming, even when you have a job as a software engineer or cybersecurity or whatever it is. Well, yeah, okay. That was a lot of rambling, but have a great day.